'Tis the season for some winter art. Hi everyone, my name's Sarah, and today I'm going to show you how I paint garland in watercolor. In today's video, I'm using a square piece of watercolor paper, but you could use any. And I'm just kind of tracing out where I want my garland to go. I'm going to do these little garland borders. I'm going to have one garland coming down with some bells on the end. That'll be cute. So when I do a garland, I'm doing kind of a wiggly line for the branch and then having these smaller branches come out. I'm doing a little ornament to put some pine sprigs behind it. That'll be cute. And then another garland that's a little bit wigglier with a lot of offshoots. Now it's time to mix up the paints. I'm using lots of different kinds of green. We have this dark undersea green that I'm mixing up a puddle of. We have this green gold, which is kind of lighter, although I'm mixing it in where there's some blue. We have like a turquoise color that I'm mixing my other greens into. I'm just making a lot of variations of green and then not worrying too much if they mix and just leaving everything on the palette to blend and meld and being pretty casual with that. Now, to do the garland, I do kind of like a skeleton first, where I do these kind of broken lines going generally in the same direction, and then flick my brush out to make these needles and branches. It's better if I start at the center and then flick my brush out so that the end of the needle is thinner than the base. If I were not doing this as a tutorial, I probably would have turned my paper upside down and moved the angle so that my hand is at the best direction to make these little branches and needles. Same thing, I'm putting in my little skeleton. I'm having the branches generally go the same direction, although letting it be a little bit organic. I'm also changing whether I'm using kind of a medium gray or a dark gray, and I'll be adding some dimension to this later once this first layer dries. I'm wearing gloves in this video because I got sick this past week and then got a rash on my hand, but I'm going to pretend that that's not the reason why, and instead it's that I'm feeling really Christmassy and festive. I'm using the lighter green gold for this hangy downy garland, and then while it's wet, I'm dotting in some of that darker undersea green at various intervals to show different like shadow. For this next one, I'm starting with a brown branch that'll mostly get covered up. I'm going to let that kind of soak in while I put in my little pine sprigs behind this ornament. I'm being careful not to go over the ornament. If I did go over the ornament, I could just do the ornament in gouache or something opaque. But in this case, that's not necessary because I don't go over it. Again, I'm flicking my brush out to make these needles. I like this lighter color, and then I'm going to add darker later, which is really fun. If you start lighter, you can always go dark, but if you go too dark, it's harder to lift and go to light. So that's another watercolor tip for you. I'm doing these kind of flicky outy needles and kind of just general foliage for this one. I want this one to be a lot denser than my other garlands, so I'm doing these kind of like marks on the paper that kind of look like leaves and needles. Okay, for this wiggly one, I want this to be more of a dark bluey green, and then I'm kind of dappling in these needle foliage leafy things. And I'm not using a reference photo or anything, so if this doesn't look like evergreen, I don't really care. It's fine. It's cute, and that's the whole point. We do art to be cute, am I right? So I like the variation with this one because it's super drapey and also has a lot of different branches on it. And I like the variation of green on this page. I think it looks really good. Now I'm taking some bright red and dotting in some little berries for my corner garlands. I'm focusing on the areas of white space that I have in between the garlands. I'm letting it overlap a little bit, although the red is not showing up great against the green. If I really wanted it to show up a lot more, I would mix in a little bit of white gouache with the red so that it becomes more opaque. But in this case, I like just using the spaces in between the needles, and that looks great. I mixed some of that red with some dark green in order to mute it and make this kind of plummy color. So for the stencil garland, I'm putting in these clusters of dark berries. So for this branchy garland, I'm going to add a little silvery blue bow here. This year I definitely jumped on the bow bandwagon. It's so trendy this year, but it is so cute. I have so many bows around my house. Ugh, I'm obsessed. With this ornament, I decided to have it silver and red, so I'm adding in this red stripe, and then I'll add in the silver later when I add some metallic details to this painting. All right, I'm going to add a black bow to this top garland. I don't know, the bows just, it reminds me so much of like a Little Women Christmas where it's very homemade, lots of different textures and super cozy. Oh, I love it. And then a little red bow that I'm going to finish off later after I add in the bells. This is my metallic watercolor, and these are super fun to play around with. I'm using this medium gold to do the outside of these bells, and then I'll add the darker interior of the bells in a little bit. I'm taking some of the silver to do some little, baubles, little sparkly things in my flowy garland. Although it doesn't show up very well, I'll kind of play around with this a little bit. And then I'm going to add that to my ornament as well. This ornament was inspired by a real ornament I have that I think was either my grandmother's or my great-grandmother's. It's silver and then it has this gorgeous blue stripe. Maybe I'll paint that in another video. But it feels nostalgic for me. I'm kind of darkening that silver with a little bit of that black to do a shadow color. And then I'll fix that little red stripe shadow later. All right, we're filling in the inside of these bells, and I'm going to have a couple of passes at this to get it the darkness I want it to be. So I decide to add a little bit of kind of a muted red in order to darken that gold. And then I'm taking that shadow color to add a little bit of shadow on the outside and where those bells would overlap. I'm taking some copper and going over some of those silver baubles, so I have some variation in there. I really like that copper color with the silver and the bluey green. I just think it looks really cute. Now that these pine sprigs are dry, I'm going to go in at the base of these sprigs and add a medium shade, and that just gives some depth and shadow and dimension to these little branches. I'm going to add some of that darker shadow color into my corner garlands as well, making sure I'm not covering up all of those red little dots. And I'll do the same for the top one as well. When I paint, I'm definitely more is more girly, where I usually run the risk of overdoing things rather than underdoing them. So I probably didn't need to put all of this dark into all of the garlands, um, but I like how rich it turns out and how much dimension it has. And there's just really nothing subtle about how I paint, and I've just come to terms with that. And I'm doing the darkest shadow color right around where that ornament is and where the biggest shadow would be on these branches. I really like how that one turned out. I wasn't happy with my bow color, so I added a little bit of white gouache to this kind of gray, cool blue, and I'm really happy with that. I think it's super cute. All right, I'm adding the final touches of my bow there. Oh, we love a bow. Darkening the innards of the bells. And when in doubt, if we have extra space, we're gonna put a star. Why not? That metallic paint is so cute. So I'm gonna finish this off by adding some cute Christmas stars. It's fun to do it with slightly different metallic colors and then also change up the shape of the star, so that one's a little bit squatter and fatter, and the one next to it is, tall and skinny. Just makes it feel very whimsical. All right, one more for good measure. And finally, I'm adding just a little bit of white gel pen to the bow areas, that blue bow and the red bow above the bells. And then we're done. So many fun ways to paint garlands and pine. So cute. Happy painting, everyone. Bye.